Good morning. It is a privilege to be here today in order to honor a member of our Goshen High School family, Private First Class Roger Lee Woods. I am incredibly proud to have our current senior class here today to be a part of this ceremony. I ask that everyone in the audience honor this occasion with the respect that it deserves. We want this ceremony to be remembered by his family with pride. Our choir is going to go ahead and perform a piece called Coming Home.
U.S. Army Private First Class Roger Lee Woods was born in Hamilton, Ohio on May 31, 1932, and enlisted in the United States Army at age 17 on August 17, 1949. His parents were hesitant to let him join the Army, but Roger begged his parents to allow him to enlist to serve our country on the heels of World War II. His father finally gave his permission and signed the early enlistment papers, even though he was only 17. Roger spent his summers here in Goshen with his family. When he enlisted, everyone thought he would be stationed in Japan. At that time, it was still being occupied by American troops. Woods was a member of Company 1, 3rd Battalion, 34th Infantry Regiment, 24th Infantry Regiment, fighting against the Korean People's Army of North Korea. During his time in Korea, he stayed in touch with his family through letters he mailed to his father. This helped his family understand what he was going through in Korea and assisting the effort to contain communism during the Cold War era. During PFC Woods' movement through South Korea, His regiment was undersupplied in artillery and communication equipment. Unfortunately, his division regiment leadership disagreed about the best defensive position for the troops. It could not come to an agreement about where the troops should set up or hold the line at Kochang. 2 assaults ensued, and these attacks left PFC Woods and the 34th Infantry fighting the enemy in a surrounded position. During the battle, the Korean People's Army of North Korea either killed or captured the soldiers from his platoon. Private First Class Woods was last seen around 0600 hours, or 6 a.m., after a night of solid fighting on July 29, 1950, while defending Kochang, South Korea. U.S. Army Private First Class Woods became one of the first casualties of the Korean War. The Department of the Army declared him deceased as of December 31, 1953. His remains were initially buried in South Korea and then moved to the National Cemetery in Honolulu, Hawaii, known as the Punch Bowl. On May 21, 2019, PFC Woods was accounted for nearly 70 years after he went missing in Korea and now lies at rest here in Goshen at the Goshen Cemetery. He has come home at last.
Mr. Edwards and the board members, as principal of Goshen High School, I hereby certify that Roger Lee Woods has met the requirements of the state of Ohio and the Goshen Board of Education, and as such, is finally eligible to receive his diploma. We are grateful for the ultimate sacrifice to our country in order to ensure our freedom and democracy. Roger's diploma will be accepted by Judy Allen, niece of Private First Class Woods. Members of the audience, please stand. As typical of graduation ceremonies, I would like to recognize our newest Goshen High School graduate, Private First Class Roger Lee Woods. Please be seated. In closing, history has taught us over and over again that freedom is not free. When push comes to shove, the ultimate protectors of freedom and liberty are the brave men and women of our armed forces. Throughout history, they've answered the call in bravery and sacrifice. This concludes our ceremony today. Students, so important that you're here today to understand what that means, and that he gave his life for freedom, which is a remarkable, the most unbelievable sacrifice that somebody could make.